Hello. So, if you saw my video earlier about Casey Anthony being on TikTok and how she should not be, I am going to go into a little more detail. Well, I thought it was going to be a little more detailed, but I found a gem. Somebody wrote an entire synopsis on this. It might be a long read, I'm not sure. We'll see how it goes. Okay, stick with me. The beginning of Casey Anthony. While Casey was in high school, the people in her life began to notice a change. She started going parties, going to clubs, experimented a little with, and began. She also started lying. Nothing too big, just little petty ones here and there. Slowly but surely, her lies began to escalate, and perhaps her biggest lie at the time involved her graduation. So that's where I'll start. High school graduation. Casey Anthony attended Colonial High School in Orlando, Florida in 2004. She was all set to walk across the stage with her friends and her family in attendance, receive her diploma, and put her high school life behind her. The invitations had been sent out. She had already began receiving graduation gifts. Her mother, Cindy, was so proud of her daughter that she was preparing a huge graduation party for her. But Casey had a secret. In the days leading up to graduation, her mother started asking her questions. Casey, where's your cap? Casey, where's your gown? What's going on? What are you not telling me? What are you hiding? At first, Casey just blew off her mother and her questions, and she came up with excuse after excuse, claiming nothing was wrong. As graduation grew closer, Casey knew that she could not keep her secret much longer, and she was right. The day before Casey was supposed to get her diploma and graduate high school, Cindy got a phone call from the school saying Casey could not be a part of the graduation ceremony. After that call, Casey confessed to her mother that she did not have enough credits to graduate. Interesting. Now, at first, Cindy was irate. Yeah, she yelled and yelled and yelled. Now, I don't know if this girl truly knows this, but this is what was written, okay? What are you talking about? What do you mean? Why? Casey gave her multiple excuses blaming the school when in fact, duh, it was because Casey wasn't showing up to class or turning in her assignments. Why, you ask? Because Casey didn't want to. After Cindy calmed down, she told her daughter, as any good mother would do, she tells Casey not to say a word to anyone, not to her father, not to her brother, not to her grandparents, not to anyone. So now Casey and Cindy have a secret, and they both went along with it all the way to the graduation ceremony. That's wild. Casey's grandparents attended the graduation, and they started to become confused when they noticed Casey was not in a cap and gown. Yeah, like the others. Upon asking Cindy why, Cindy explained that the school had messed up, but not to worry. Not to worry? Neither Cindy nor Casey called any family member to let them know Casey didn't graduate, and neither Cindy nor Casey returned any of the graduation gifts Casey had received. I'm sure she got plenty of gifts. I know I got a lot of money when I graduated. Neither Cindy nor Casey canceled Casey's graduation party. Yes, that's right. They still had the party and never let on that Casey did not get her diploma. Who does that? Apparently these people. Casey never returned to school. Casey never completed her missing credits. Casey never finished high school. Casey dropped out. Casey sucks. Denial, not just a river in Egypt, but also the state that Casey Anthony lives in. During the summer of 2005, Casey's friends, with the exception of her parents and her brother, started to notice a change. In July, Casey and her family went to South Carolina, and there were several people there at the wedding that they were attending that asked Cindy, I didn't know Casey was pregnant, or why didn't you tell me Casey was pregnant, and so on. Cindy's response to these were, oh, she's not pregnant, she's just retaining water, or she's just gained a little weight, or she even goes as far as to say she has a tumor. Cindy Anthony is a nurse and didn't know her daughter was 7 months pregnant at this time. She had to have known because she said it was a tumor, so she was lying about that, obviously. Cindy was completely oblivious to the fact that her daughter was pregnant. Really, Cindy? After they returned home, Casey realized how many people had approached her mother with the same question, so she confessed to her mother and told her, so I'm 7 months pregnant. A few days later, they both sit down with George Anthony, Casey's father, and told him he was going to be a grandfather. Even though it was an unexpected pregnancy, they were both elated. He and Cindy began preparing their lives and home for the arrival of their grandchild. The father of Kaylee is still unknown. We do not know who the father is. Many of Casey's friends have stated that Casey didn't even want the baby when she discovered she was pregnant and talked about putting her up for adoption, but Cindy refused to let her. That was the biggest mistake of your life, Cindy. Kaylee Marie Anthony was born on August 9, 2005 at 7:14 in an Orlando, Florida hospital. She was a healthy baby girl weighing 7 pounds 4 ounces. After Kaylee was born, she and her mother went back to Casey's parents' house to live, as that was the plan all along. All in all, Kaylee was very loved and very well cared for and taken care of. She was growing up to be a very happy little girl. To the outside world, they all seemed to be a typical all-American family. But on the inside, things were much, much different than the world would find out just how different in the summer of 2008 when little Kaylee was reported as missing. So maybe that sums up her for you a little bit. If you have any questions, let me know or look it up, because I really don't think anybody needs to be fooled by her. I feel like she's like, okay, whole new generation of people. They don't know who I am. But her attorney, she had no money. Guess how she paid him? Okay, take a wild guess. How do women normally pay for things when they don't have any money? And men too. I'm sure men do it too. So, what do you think she did in order to get off? I should have chosen a better phrase. But come on, seriously. Do you think she's innocent? Do you think she's innocent, honestly? I want to know. Comment down below. Let me know. Is she innocent or is she guilty? Should she be behind bars, or should she be able to be out here making a buck off TikTok? I can't even make a buck off TikTok. I've been on here for years. I've made 12 cents, okay? It's really frustrating when someone like her, who does not deserve much, comes in and can just run all over everybody. Anyway, I hope that she gets off of here. She don't need me on here. She need to go. Bye-bye. We don't claim you. As women, as mothers, we don't claim you. Period. You were 19 when you gave birth to your daughter. You could have given her up for adoption and said, Mom, I know that this is what's best for her. But you didn't. That was your choice. Either way, still makes you you're guilty. Sorry, honey. You're guilty. Sorry to tell you. You know you are. So, anyway. Please do not support her. If you are following her, please go unfollow her if you want. I can't tell you what to do. I'm just going to show you the facts and show you where you're spending your money. And a follow is money, okay? You get money for every follow, every like, and every comment. Remember that. That's why people say, comment down below, blah, 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 blah. Blah, blah, blah. Spam the comments with all the emojis. That's because they're making money off of that, okay? That's why you see all the rage baits, because they're making money. Anyway, I gotta go feed kids. It's bedtime. It's eating time, so we got to go. All right.